peace, finding God in your life. Let us reflect and look within and consider for ourselves, how can we do this? How can we find God in our life? Firstly, let us reflect on who and what we believe ourselves to be. And let us understand that our beliefs are shaping our vision. Are you such a thing that God can be lost to you? Look within yourself, consider this in what you see, in what you believe. Is a human being such a thing that can be separate from God? Can you be such a thing whose vision is so blinded not to see God, not to hear God, not to have this presence of life that God is? And you see, in all of this seeking for it, perhaps we were in this seeking, removing ourselves from this presence of which God was never removed from. So let us be humble as well to that. And let us be humble to our ability to be ignorant, and that our belief may be an ignorant one. It may be incorrect, and that you would be blessed to receive and to witness what is incorrect, that you may correct yourself, that you may come to a higher truth. So let us allow ourselves that we may experience that we have lost God or never found it. And let us consider what language is and what attributes are we placing in this word, God. Perhaps that is why you do not see it. Perhaps you have placed it above yourself, so high into the heavens, that your eyes will never meet this. So far above your wicked heart, that you will never feel it. And it is in the very same way. Allow ourselves this mercy, this kindness, this forgiveness. That beneath anything and all things, you have no capability to be separate from this. You have no capability to be beyond God, to be beyond the vision, the truth, the witnessing is God is this. God is witnessing. God is presence. I encourage you, look within yourself in your life. Is there a time you can remember that there was not presence within you, that you were not a witness yourself, and you have no capability of this without God? As this is that you are, this is that I am. So rather than believing or setting out even on this search for God in your life, begin to find yourself. Determine that you are, and let it shape your sight. Let us be humble that the sight that we have is the one that we are, and that God is allowing this, and is to be found within it, within your suffering, within your pain, within your fear. What is hidden beneath it? What is hidden beneath it? What is seeking to be known in these things? In all love, in all beauty, in all faith. What is beneath it? What is the origin here? What is being uncovered in what is hidden? But that God is. And so if we would like to see this more presently, if we would like to recognize it in that we see, let us simply have that awareness of ourselves, that it is our vision which crafts this, that God be in your life. Apply this belief. Accept your capability, your participation to meet that hand that has always and ever presently is extended to you. And practice it in life. Practice it in the way that you are. Practice it in life. In what life is, let this be a practice. That you are meeting with this. That you are communing with something. That there is a connection within you to all things. Be aware of this. Acknowledge it whenever you see it. Be grateful. Be grateful. Have a real relationship with this applied belief that you are, that God is ever present. Have a relationship with it. Consider it living as you are. Shape a relationship with this truth. And be present for yourself as your relationship grows with this life, this presence, this witnessing, this awareness, this observance, this communion, this devotion to truth. As this evolves and grows, be present for yourself, be humble for the contradictions that you will face within yourself. And know this is invitation, is initiation for further God to be revealed. You see, and we have it as children. It is beautiful in this way. You do not need to teach a child all that you have attributed to this language that God is. All of your beliefs, you do not need to place them upon a child for a child to know God. A child can never have heard this word. And a child knows God. Perhaps more so than the greatest saints. And that is beautiful. That is blessed. And that beneath all conditions, you yourself are this. You are that child who is living in this ever-present life, this observance, this curiosity, this witnessing, this wondering, this bewilderment of the world around you and the world within you, this imagination, this sight, this depth of vision, this love. Beneath all conditions placed upon you and conditions that you place upon this word, God. This is occurring upon you already. This is occurring upon you already. And so, if you are struggling to see this, perhaps it will be helpful to understand the role that your belief, your relationship to what you are, your relationship to the self, your relationship to consciousness, your relationship to the world before you, into all things within it, into all things within you. What do you believe of these things? What are you perpetuating upon yourself that you do not see this, that God is? And it is beautiful in this way. Just as the saints and just as the sinners, all things you go through are for this purpose. That it cannot be lost upon you. This is a purpose upon you. This is a nature that you are. It cannot be removed from you in this way. And so in your lowest, in the weakest of yourself, in the most troubling times, God is with you. God is very much so with you. If you are in great pain, God is with you. God's love is perfect, and God's love is all. And nothing in this way, in this revealed sight, this depth of vision of love, this revealed sight that God is, if we can go within ourselves in these deepest and darkest of moments, if we can have presence and apply this belief, arrive at this faith, have this communion, awaken, be aware to this presence that God is. Here is your salvation. Here is your salvation. And it is beautiful in that way. Here is your salvation within your damnation. That you would find this, that it was all a care for you, that you would arrive to this place that was never taken from you, that was always within you, that you would arrive to it, that communion, that in this deepest, darkest place, it would be necessary for you to seek, for you to question, for you to let down conditions that have been placed upon you, that have brought you to this place of damnation, to this place of pain, to this place of suffering. This place that perhaps, through occurrences of your own doing, or those around you, all relative to you, all unique and purposeful upon you, that it was necessary, that it was a love being granted to you. Perhaps you're brought to this story within you that says, I am of no worth. I deserve these things that are happening to me, or I am a victim to them. I have not done wrong, all wrong has been done to me. I can never have the strength to climb back upwards, to redeem myself. And it takes you to this place of darkness. And perhaps in that moment that you find yourself there, this question is allowed to arise. What has brought me here? Is this serving me? That I believe this, that I am not enough, that I'm wicked, that I am damned, that I am a victim to this, that all this was done to me. That perhaps these thoughts, these beliefs that are shaping your vision here were not a service to you, but in the same way were a revealed power of your Creator within you, that you shape what you witness, that you are this. In the same way, in your damnation, here is your salvation. God was never separate from it. God was never separate from it, and that you yourself are participating in this. And so now, let us let down these conditions. In any place that you find yourself, in this darkness, in this shadow, in this pain, in this suffering, let us let down these conditions, these stories we tell ourselves, and let us awaken to that which is salvation, and apply that belief, and that you witness. And that is what is blessed about it. You do not need to hear it come from my mouth, or any other. You do not need to read it in a book. But if you do come across that from another, and you find it within yourself, and you decide, I will apply belief. You do not need to take anyone's word for it. If you decide, I will apply this belief that God is here now with me and within me, then you will be allowed to witness this, that God is here now with me and within me. And you can apply that truth, that faith, to the furthest degree of that truth and of your faith, to do all things, all that you will to do, all that you will to be, and it will be delivered to you. And it is hidden within this as well, here and now. That is already what is occurring. The truest part of you, parts of yourself perhaps that you will never remember, that were here before your birth. It's all designed. It's all written for you. And you were there as it was written. You knew what you would do. You knew what you would go through. And it was worth it to you. Where you are here now is entirely you here now. And any potential future is with you here now. Yours free to choose and determine. And God would never separate you from that. Because God wants to know as well. In God's perfect love, in God's perfect wisdom, what will you do with this that I am? And that is all of humanity. That is our test. What will you do with this that God is, that you are, that I am? What will this mean? And what a beautiful thing that is. What a gift to have been granted. And wherever you are, in difficulty or in ease, Let it be blessed upon you. In this that you receive that you are, that God is, that I am, here and now, with you and within you, beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful, God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.